All right, guys, it is 10 o'clock in the morning. I got to get this video done. I got the video done. I just need to get it out to you guys, and I forgot to spin the wheel, which means, David, you are up to spin the bonus wheel. Guys, we are down to the last, I think we're inside the last week. I think you only got, if my math's correct, you only got 7 days left to get entered to win brown sugar. This is by far the most intense giveaway we've ever done. The car's the fastest, makes the most power. It's definitely the most unique. It's been on the channel the longest. This right here is by far the best giveaway I've ever had the opportunity to give away. So we're giving you guys the opportunity to win my 1200 horsepower capable turbo LS swap G body. If you guys aren't entered to win, you guys need to go to lsnasty.com. It's the first link in the description below. Generally, every dollar you spend gets you entered to win, but we have this bonus wheel here, which I'm just being kind because I want to give you guys added items, added entries, added whatever. Money. I've done money a few times. I sound like Mr. Krabs. Money. So David's going to spin the wheel, and whatever it lands on is going to be included in your order today and today only. So yesterday we had signed racing parts. Was yesterday. So give her a rip. Hopefully it's something good. Nice spin. Nice spin. What's it going to be today? I hate you.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
I hate you so much. Guys, we're giving away cash in every order. Some people are going to make money. They're going to get paid to buy a shirt today. We're giving away in every order from $1 to $100. I got a huge stack of cash that I brought over to the trophy case, and it's going in every order. So, guys, lsnasty.com. Go down today. Every dollar you spend gets you entered to win, plus you get cash in every order. Hope you guys enjoy what we're doing here and like the opportunity to win brown sugar. Go to lsnasty.com, first link in the description below, and enjoy today's video. All right, guys, welcome back to another video. I'm sitting here. It is 11:30 on a Wednesday. It is late. I want to start you guys off with, obviously, you know, we're getting down to the wire. We're like within the last week of the brown sugar giveaway. So if you guys aren't entered to win brown sugar, you guys need to go to lsnasty.com and get entered to win. We got our multiplier up today. We probably already, I filmed it probably some other time and you saw it earlier. So whatever the multiplier is, go get multiplied on the LS Nasty giveaway. Another announcement I want to say, the LS Nasty YouTube channel, it is back in activity. So if you guys can, do me a favor. One, subscribe to this channel, but two, also subscribe to the LS Nasty channel. The LS Nasty channel is like behind the scenes, raw, uncut, just like whatever happens. Like if we're going to go do something, I'm like, someone grab the camera, let's film it, we'll put it up on the LS Nasty channel. Really try to get you guys. The whole point of this channel is to make you feel like you're part of the team. You're in the shop here working on stuff with us. Really don't hide anything, and the LS Nasty channel is just even more of that. So it's cool, more content for you guys. It's free content. If you guys want to watch it, great. If you guys don't, that's your own prerogative. So I'm sitting at my computer here and I'm just ordering some parts. Obviously we have a lot of builds going on, and I feel like we have a good variety of builds, you know, some stock block stuff, some budget stuff. The Colorado build street truck, shop truck that we're doing is obviously more budget, up to some like pretty extreme stuff like Slick Rick with the 481X, the Hearts 140, my Colorado race truck with a big block with twins, and you know, I try to keep it real here, and want to express to you guys like, hey, what's it cost? Because I'm sure a lot of people watch these videos and some of them have no idea what it costs, and I'm not talking about the cost of the builds to like flaunt it, to like show it off, to be like, oh, I have so much money and I have so much car parts, and so much car parts isn't even a proper English sentence, but I said it, and I'm not doing it for clout. I'm solely doing it for like educational purposes, just like this channel, like mostly educational purposes. So let's just talk about how things go right out the bat. If you're thinking about building a car, you want to get into this, you want to, hey, you wake up one morning, I want to race cars. What kind of racing do you want to do? I want to do drag racing. What level of drag racing do you want to do? That's very important, is you kind of really got to figure out what you're trying to do. If you want to just build a car to go fast because you want to go fast, you want to have a drag car, you just want to go to Test and Tunes and have fun, I think that's a great place for people to start. It will really give you like an insight on, if you're just new to it, really how it all works and where you kind of place yourself in the hierarchy of drag racing, you could say. The more you do it, you'll obviously learn more, and then you'll understand why certain people do certain things and why people build certain cars and what classes they're trying to run in. But the test and tune, just like going out there and having fun, I really think that's where it all starts. So I started off with the cow, had no idea what I was doing, had RPM Motorsports build it. I literally went in there and said, hey, I already have an LS in the car, so I want to have a turbo, I want to have the exhaust at the bumper, and I want to have a 88mm turbo and a TH400. That's literally what I went in there and said. And they gave me everything I asked for. Going through shops is vastly more expensive than doing it yourself. But if you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the skill set, you don't have the choice, really. You can do it yourself, but you have to be realistic with your expectations. If I tried to build the cow myself with literally, I remember it took me 2 days to put converter bolts in the car at one time. That would not have happened. So you have to pay to play. I paid them to do it. They did a great job. They gave me everything I asked for. And some people, that's going to be the best route, is to go to have a shop build it. Be smart about it. Watch the people that go fast. Listen to the people that go fast, because 9 times out of 10, the people that go fast kind of have an idea of how it works, and the people that don't go fast, that stand at the fence at test and tune and tell you how to build your car, they really don't know what they're talking about. And the reason they don't is because they're standing on the fence. They haven't really done it. I went to RPM Motorsports because they had some really fast cars, like the cow, like that caliber of cars, back in the day, 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 10 years ago. They're fast even before then. I went to who was fast. They gave me a product that I was happy with. So I say that now. Go to the people that are fast. Go to the people with good reputations, but also be careful, because, some people will get you in the door and then just swindle you, down the river. And next thing you know, you got your car there, and it goes from, someone messaged me on Facebook. This is really where this video came from, and said they've been chasing their tail with this car that's gone to shop, to tuner, to this, to that, and they're in $175,000 in a car that they shouldn't be in that much. It sucks that happens in this industry, but it does happen. So there's kind of my spiel about if you want to do it. If you can't do it and you don't have the time to do it and you're not willing to learn, take it to a shop, do your research. Hopefully it's a good shop that does what you're looking to do. Don't take your car to a shop that does gears and Jeeps and have them build you a race car, because that's not going to work. Do your research. If you can't do it yourself and don't want to, take it to a good shop. If you want to do it yourself, try it. Be very aware of who you're getting your advice from, and use the internet as your resources. Use your resources via the internet to make educated decisions. So that's enough about my spiel of getting into it. So let's just say we want to go, I don't know, the Pro 275 stuff's just so expensive to even talk about. I think Hank's probably a good car to talk about, don't you think? Hank's pretty realistic. So let's go over here and talk about Hank. I don't want to talk about the price to build this, because it's kind of extreme, but we're also doing it at the highest level, and the skill involved to build this is very, very high. So we'll go over here. This is a nice budget oriented build. So we'll go exactly over everything, so you guys have some idea on pricing. So we got this car. We'll just say we got the car as a shell, and we got a cage put in it. This one right here is a pretty simple cage, maybe I don't know, we'll call it $3,000, and you can get your cage installed. You had your buddy down the road do it. He does some welding, stuff like that. So $500 for the shell. It already came with an 8.8, and then you got $3,000 in the cage. So you're in $3,500 starting off.
After you start with is pretty important too.
Yeah. Also,
go trying to reinvent the wheel of the car. There's a reason why people race certain cars.
There's a reason why I see a lot of these at the track. There's a reason you don't see a lot of these at the track. Building a car like this is way more expensive just to get anywhere near as fast as this. Like, we're talking about, like, literally double or triple the price to get this to go fast compared to this. If you want to go even better, there's a reason why everyone races Fox bodies. Everything bolts on, parts availability, and that's something you also have to look at is, does it all bolt on? That makes your life a whole lot easier. If you can't do any sort of fabrication, really look for a car that has a lot of bolt-on stuff. Fox bodies, new edges, and F bodies. You know, you can really almost build a complete fast F body. Huron Speed makes a great turbo kit for it. A bunch of a bunch of support, stock style suspension, Fox bodies, new edges, F bodies. F bodies got the torque arm style. The Fox bodies and the new edges, they got the triangulated factory 4-link. Those are really good. You don't got to mess with it. Bolts in, you know, factory replacement shocks. They're good to go. A Corvette, don't recommend. Just don't do it. I mean, as you guys can see up here, like, everything has to be custom. The transmissions in the rear, parts for this thing are very expensive. The Corvette tax is a real thing. So we'll just talk about this. What's it cost? You want to duplicate Hank. Now, obviously, I don't know if you guys can duplicate it at this price because we did all the work here. So if you're going to do it, you're at home, you can. But if you're going to have someone else to outsource any of it, like the fabrication of the turbo kit, you're probably not going to be able to do that unless you get really good at welding quick or decent at welding. So you're in $3,500 right here. You got the shell. Like I said, it's got good factory style rear suspension. We'll go from like the back to front. So we'll go in here with the fuel tank. Fuel tank, you're looking at like, I think it's like $100 and some bucks. We'll call it $200 between the fuel tank and the IC2 billet, battery mount, and the battery and the kill switch stuff. So you're in $200 there. We'll call it $300 with the kill switch. We got some relays and stuff. You're at $500. So we're at $4,000 even, and you're kind of like done with like the back. You got your fuel tank in there. You got your relays for the fuel pump, stuff like that. Do you say that's pretty fair? Pretty fair. We're trying to keep it big numbers because I'm terrible at math. Stock style rear suspension. So it's got upper and lower control arms on there. You're in a couple $100 there. It's got bolt-in factory style shock. So it's just got a shock and then the factory style spring there. You don't have to buy a spring. You cut the spring to lower it. Boom, you're sitting just like this. You do the 35 spline axle deal, you're in like $1,000 to get all that stuff done. So you're in $5,000. I splurged and got some single beadlock wheels. I got them used off Facebook Marketplace. One of the guys we raced with, Edward Pierce, took them off his car. I picked them up, $1,500. So we're at what, we're at $6,500. God, it adds up quick. It does add up quick. So going more forward, we'll do the fuel system separately when we get up to the engine. Going in here, the car, you know, we lucked out when we bought it. Had a rear seat delete. Don't got to pay for that. Had 2 Kirky seats. Did it have 2 Kirky seats? Yeah, it had 2 Kirky seats. Didn't have to pay for those. A set of harnesses here, $100. We're not even going to include that because just $100. You're going to have some overages. Shifter, $500. You know, you don't have to use that shifter, but you can get a good shifter for $500. So now we're at $7,000, and we're just getting out of. We're moving forward. We didn't even go over the ECU or anything like that. $7,000. Yeah, that's pretty expensive, pretty quick. All right, so this thing's got all tubular front suspension on there, AFCO double adjustable front shocks. What do you want to call that? $2,000, $2,000. You might buy some stuff used. It's got a manual steering rack. You might find a good deal on Facebook Marketplace. So we're at $9,000 right now. Then we get to the engine. So I opted for a TKM Performance Black Sheep Stage 1 engine package. They just sold one the other day. I think it was like $13,000, $14,000. I went with this because it is a good, proven, reliable engine. Kind of the buy once, cry once. It might be a little expensive, but it comes with a lot of data. It is proven, and it goes fast. We have shown you that. We literally put it in there, had no issues. Sounds good, runs good, drives good, spools good, makes tons of power. You can't really beat it. All right, math me. 9 plus 14. This is not a good look. This is not a good look for us. No, it's not. You got a calculator on you, bro? Yeah. All right, you keep that sucker on you, and just keep big numbers. Make me look good from here on out. All right, 9 plus 14.
23.
Whoo! Damn, I got too much money tied up in this thing. I didn't think I had that much in this thing. All right, 23. So obviously we got to have a transmission and converter. Hey, $1,000 for a converter. We're at 24. You can find a Power Glide. Which I got one. This is actually it sitting over here. This is an aftermarket case. This is a really good one. This is one that I kind of like keep around the shop. I put in a couple different cars. It was in the burnout truck. It's got a really good gear set. It's built by a really good transmission builder. really has no issues. I'm in $5,000 on that, but we'll just call it $2,500.
I think like $3,000 you can get one of those.
$3,000. Yeah, $3,000 even better. You can go right on like Summit and buy one, FTI deal. What are we at? 27. All right, so we got the engine, the transmission, $500 for a drive shaft, $200 for a gear. Well, that was included in the rear end. We got to do that. Okay, so what are we at? $2,750. We got no ECU, no fuel system, no power adder. So, what are you laughing at? I'm just being real, guys.
It adds up fast when you're building from scratch.
It adds up fast when you're building from scratch. I'm not doing this to intimidate anyone. I'm not doing this to tell everybody you can't do it cheaper. You definitely can do it cheaper. But if you want to run at this level where this is a 4-second street car, which is pretty respectable at this day and age, this is what it costs. I mean, I'm not sugarcoating it or anything like that.
Good roller. Build off that.
That's my recommendation because like you can get you a good motor and then you literally set it in there and plumb it up and go from there. So all right, let's say we're in $2,000 for turbos. $2,000 for turbos. You know what? We'll keep it right. We'll do turbos and wastegates and blow-off valves. So all of our turbo management stuff, we're in $2,000. So turbos, wastegates, blow-off valves, $2,000. I did the turbo kit. If you're gonna pay someone else to do a turbo kit like this, you put a number on it. Hot side, cold side, air-to-air intercooler. If you're
doing twins like that, you can do like what Wes did. Just get Flotex, get those little 90s.
Yeah, bolt them on. Minimal fabrication. So your hot side's none. Really, it's just exhaust.
Cold side's really the only thing you have to pay for.
Yep. Well, that's all right. Let's talk about this one. 'Cause this one's a custom fab turbo kit. What do you think? Some people very expensive. Some people hit you for $10,000 for a turbo kit. We'll call it $5,000 on this one. Yeah. $5,000 turbo kit. That's hot side, cold side, and exhaust. TISS Fab. You guys can go and put this stuff on your build. Titanium exhaust. It can be pretty expensive, but we have a code LSNasty, which will get you a discount. So I highly recommend doing that. You can add another. What do you want to add for the exhaust? Another $2,000.
I mean, that's pretty much what it costs.
Yeah, another $2,000 for the exhaust. So, what are we at? What's our total at? Talk to me.
36.5.
36.5. All right. 36. 36.5. 36.5. Damn. I didn't plan to. Slightly over budget. I thought I was gonna get this sucker done for 20. To be honest with you.
Less than 20.
All right. So let's see here. We plumbed this whole thing with Brown and Miller. So this is like real high end stuff. You don't need to do it. We have Brown and Miller crimper here at the shop. I did it because this build was shaped up to be really nice. We're in about $3,000 in fittings.
Just fittings.
Fittings and line plumbing too. We're in $3,000. Some other things that we got to go over. ECU, we're in $1,000. Yeah. We added a $500 I/O module on top of that, and then we'll include some sensors in that too, because I definitely overshot a little bit. Front wheels, I already had them. They came with it. We'll say they came with the car. I had them laying around the shop. What are we at?
If somebody's building one from scratch, they gotta have skinnies in the front.
Jegsters. How much? $200.
Find someone on Facebook Marketplace for $40.
All right, there you go. So you don't even bother putting that in there. What are we at right now? 41,000. For a car that goes 4 seconds and drives around, I would say that's not terrible. But you also got to look at, we're not building an 800 or 900 horsepower motor. This thing will put down 1,500 horsepower to the ground. It'll drive everywhere you want to. It'll go fours. It'll go 140 miles an hour plus in the 8th mile. That is what a build like this would cost. Oh, we didn't even do fuel system. It's got 2 MagnaFuel 750 pumps. That's $1,000 right there.
So 42.
Yeah, so 42. It's got an anti-roll bar on there. That's another $300, you could say. So stick that in there. Injectors, we didn't go over the injectors. That's $500 for a set of Bosch 210s from Summit. Intake, $300. Elbow, $100. Throttle body, $100. So what's that? That's $500 on top of that.
43.3.
Radiator deal. We did a rear mount radiator. I think I had the radiator laying around. Was it your old radiator? 0-year-old radiator, so that costs nothing. You guys just have to have a David, and then you get a free radiator. And then like wiring supplies, maybe $300 in wiring supplies, some connectors, some wire. You got to do your battery cable, wires, and all that stuff. I put a nice starter on this for another $200, $300. So what are we at? Hit me with the grand total.
43.8.
43.8. Okay. So in case you guys were wondering, being 100% transparent, that's what it costs to build one of these guys. So luckily for me, over the years I've been
Brakes on it. I mean,
yeah.
This has the does it have the strange brake?
No, it's got stock brakes. Stock brakes front, stock brakes rear. It needs the strange brakes. It's got a manual brake master cylinder on there, using the factory rack. It's got a little hub adapter for a quick release wheel, which I never take off. It's got like a $40 switch panel in there, super simple. I don't have a dash. If you wanted to add a Holley dash, add $700. Add $700 to that, because every normal person's gonna have a dash. Yeah. What are you at? 44,000. All right, so David made the grand decision here to call it $45,000. I'm gonna ask you guys in the comment section below. Do you think that is a good price for a 4-second car that drives around on the street? You know, like what do you guys think? Give me your thoughts. I probably built it. I don't know. I might have that much in it. I haven't really sat down and really budgeted this one. A lot of the bigger projects have like a legit spreadsheet and budget, but this thing here was supposed to be like a quick. You know, I bought the car where it was rolling near completion, just needed to be plumbed and wired, and I wasn't happy with how anything turned out, and I wasn't going to let a car at the shop that wasn't up to our standards, so I decided to redo it all. And it definitely cost me a lot more money, but in the end, I'm happier with it because this thing, the way it was before, would have just not been nearly as fast, nearly as cool. I mean, it wouldn't have been a good representation of us. So now you got to think, that was just parts, so if you're going to have some labor involved, it can definitely get expensive. But that's the name of the game. Really, with this, you're going to pay a little bit until you learn how to do it yourself. So I recommend everyone just get out there and do it. We got David over here changing head gaskets himself. Yep. You're doing it. As Matt would say, what are you doing?
Building them.
You're building them.
Breaking them.
And breaking them. And then what do you do after you break them?
Rebuild it.
So there it is. Just being as transparent as I can with you guys. I really do like this car. The converter just shipped out yesterday, so we'll be back and then we'll be able to go to the track and have some more fun with it. But yeah, I mean, that's what you're looking. If you guys are wanting to know what it costs to build something like this, you guys can comment down below and say, hey, can you do like a legitimate price breakdown on a build? I'll pull up one of the spreadsheets and we'll talk about it. It'll be like probably like a half-hour video. The black sheep is kind of like a good representation of buying something running and then making modifications from there. If you guys are really, if you're looking to get into this, I highly recommend buy a car that is running, but expect to put money into it to get it to up to your standards, or buy something rolling if you have more resources and ability to do it. Buy something rolling that you can then, you know, pick your engine combination and stick in there and alleviate having to do a lot of the building, as we would say, a lot of the fabrication stuff. You can get a car, you know, like we got the Red Lobster over here, which we got it on an absolutely smoking deal, a very fast, low 4-second car. We got it, unfortunately the motor wasn't good in it, but we got it on a smoking deal, and the car is extremely complete. We don't have to put rear end in it, we don't have to put axles on it, we don't have to put brakes on it, we don't have to put an anti-roll bar on it, we don't have to do any cage work. That right there makes the build progress and process a whole lot easier. And then it takes a lot of motivation and time. I mean, you guys got to understand, if you were to put a number on hours, how many hours do you think we have in this build? Mind you, a lot of times it's 2 or 3 of us because no one's really just working on it by themselves.
I mean,
Weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, really. We built this thing in really 6 months, from an absolute bare chassis to a fully functioning running car, and it was great because we built it, we took it out, we ran it, had 0 issues. I think that shows if you really take your time and go over everything. That's what we're hoping to do with this thing. If you really take your time, go over everything, dot your I's, cross your T's, you can go out there and not have to work on them a bunch. But It takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication, a lot of headache, a lot of heartache, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get something to run. So keep all this stuff in mind. There's nothing I want more than this channel to be an inspiration, kind of light the fire for some people to get out there and race. If you guys want to race, dude, go get you a car and start it. Sometimes the builds will take, you know, look at me. I've literally been trying to build a car from start to finish for probably 4 years now. It started off as a salty chicken. Those parts overflowed into the Colorado build. Then that's been at the chassis shop and back here. And finally, like, it took me to just take it under my own hands to just be like, hey, I'm going to build the turbo kit myself. And I dove on in there and built the turbo kit. Matt obviously came and helped me with the cold side and stuff. But you guys just do it. The whole purpose of this channel is to get you guys some insight of what we do, and then hopefully inspire you guys to build some stuff. And if you can learn from my mistakes and save you some time and money, that's great. So there's your kind of like build breakdown on that stuff. If you want to see some of the actual like race cars, what the price of those to build would be, I can pull up the spreadsheets and we can talk about it. So comment down below if you want to hear us talk about some more of those. If you don't, just say you don't. Say, hey, get back to the racing action, which we plan on doing a lot of racing here in the future. So that's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll check you guys out in tomorrow's video. I promise later this week and next week, we're planning to get Slick Rick all put together. I got some parts rolling in right now. Once we get those in, we'll stick them on the car. Take to go get plumbed. Hopefully fire it up and then get ready to test. So we got some testing for Slick Rick coming up. Black Sheep going back together. Red Lobster going together. We got a lot of irons in the fire. We're making progress on all of them. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's update.